Here we are at the studio again for another episode of the making of the next Globus album.
I might use a different snare today.
The snare's like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
So, so besides the one song that you know about, there's three others.
Okay.
Yeah, but one of them is really different, and I value all of your creative, but not just on what you can play, but just as on the song itself. We've got kind of this pop song, the Perfect World is more of a poppy kind of thing. And so I had sent the guys a rough demo of Perfect World before our session that day. And as I've been doing throughout this whole process, I invited them up to the control room to have a fresh listen, to get their real-time impression of what they're feeling about it and what they think they can bring to the song.
I go in, man. I go in.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, Perfect World. Awesome. Yeah. So
We're pretty familiar with this one, right?
Yeah. It rocks. Is there a pen?
Yes, there is.
Perfect. Thanks.
Did I play that bass too? Just remember there's a lot of tracks.
A lot of tracks. The reason there are a lot of tracks is because the first production go-round was me layering about 50 or 60 tracks onto the original band recording. And then when Ariel took over production duties, I distinctly remember 10 folders with about 12 tracks in each folder of drum elements, percussion elements, strings and brass and 18 different guitars and all that. So he threw more stuff on the pile. Not everything is going to survive, but it just goes to show how much goes into these kind of productions. And then the art is really to what to take out. We're talking about Perfect World. Starts back in 2011, and I remember at the time trying to get it in shape for the Break From This World album, but it didn't quite make it because it was not formed yet. Like other Globus songs, it came from another composition, which I then wrote a new song on top of. But unlike every other Globus song, this did not come from a big epic orchestral choral trailer track. This came from a track that John Hansen and me and Jeff Feynman co-wrote for our other library, which is a TV library, not a big trailer library, but just kind of an ordinary background TV library, which we had started. I kind of had this intro melodic hook in my mind. I stored it on my phone and I was trying different melodies with it. And this was kind of the inspiration for this song. So because I had been working on this song for over a dozen years, I think I kind of reached a tipping point as to throwing everything I could at it. It sort of became this monster with over 100 tracks and 100 different parts, different melodies, counter melodies, etc., different ideas. And I felt like taking a step back that I may need another pair of ears to listen to this and to offer their opinion, sensibilities, their production. I phoned up Ariel and asked him if he'd be interested in looking at this thing, and I was so glad he did, because he was able to key in to the most important aspects of the song, the melody, the rhythm, and he enhanced it. So happy to have him as a kind of a co-producer on this track. And in the control room, I was leaning on him as a co-conspirator there to suggest what to do and how to approach the drums and the bass on this song with Gil and Rani. When you do dun, 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 dun.
Right.
That's why I love what I just did in the bridge. I thought the placement was right.
Yeah, great.
That was awesome.
We can cut your bass. Ariel was really getting into it up in the control room. I felt like, it was, he had a lot of pride in the work that he put into it. And we were both striving together to get the best possible result. He was really, really excited about seeing this track coming to fruition with Gil and Rani.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I do one more for safety?
Yeah. Is it Rani?
Gil.
Gil.
It echoed, doesn't it?
Here we go, same punch.
I can't. That was too funny. They just at the same time, and it sounded like the same.
Exactly the same.
Ariel's instinct, he tends to go for a more interesting rhythmic syncopation. As evidence, he did this really unique approach on verse 2, where it kind of breaks down into halftime and it's got this kind of syncopated feel. And the song is kind of the way it was with me, it was pretty straight, and adding that, blending it in with that and giving a break to that and putting your ears on something different was really awesome. I love that part of the song. Gil is literally the fourth drummer I've had recording on this track. It started with Mike Horick. I did some drum programming. Ariel did some drum programming. I had Greg Bissonette coming in and playing drums at this several years ago when the song was not anywhere near where it is now. And then Gil coming in and doing his thing. So I think the end product is going to be kind of a mix of all of them, because they're all really good and they all brought something different to the table. So this new session here combines all the old stuff, new stuff, 4 different drum takes on here, 3 different bass tracks takes, and just over the years, the Globus band at the time went into the studio to record this, to record what overlays for this song 14 years ago. And then we had, a few guitar overdubs here. These are all very raw tracks, no processing, obviously. And then Ryan sang lead vocals.
So back in 2012, I actually sang on Perfect World, the original demo, because a lot of the tunes go back years.
The lyric sheet for Perfect World. We're gonna try to do this as a duet now with Ryan and Sammy.
Sammy and I actually met in the Globus band. I ran into Yoav in like 2010 or knew of him because I was loosely involved in the same world. So then he had me sing on a bunch of tracks for Break From This World. Then we started to put it together, the live band for Globus. Sammy was a friend of a friend. We were looking for a female singer. We got to be really good friends for about a year before we sort of told each other that we had feelings for one another.
So I had, in January of 2012, I had auditioned for the live version of Globus, like the band, and I got in. Perfect World, which I got to sing with my honey.
Me?
We're married, by the way.
We met in Globus and then we got married. So Globus brings people together.
Yeah, we're gonna start laying the final elements down. A bit toasty in here with all the gear on.
What I like about the new material is it seems to me a lot more aggressive and heavy. Music's got to be fun too, especially when you're doing it collaboratively. And Yoav is he knows what he wants, of course, but he's also very collaborative, which is nice. Yoav's a really talented individual, and of course, he has been doing this kind of music for a long time, and he sort of set the bar. So we all kind of look up to him in that respect. We're unaffected, building us a perfect world, building us a perfect world.
That's gonna be different for a Globus track, but I'm digging it. You guys sound so good together.
They had us cowed, beaten and bowed, in service to a phony dream. They can't deny us, baby. We're so connected, building us a perfect world, building us a perfect world. They can't control us, darling. We're unaffected, building us a perfect world.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of the making of the next Globus album. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, be well.